many who have campaigned for many years, one of whom, one of the most prominent, you could argue, is Mayor Forstater, who's Chief Executive Officer and co-founder of Sex Matters, a human rights charity. And I understand that Sex Matters was what's called an intervener in the Supreme Court case, which I'm to explain to the listeners is sort of like giving evidence. What were your views? What areas were your views sought on? Good morning to you.
Good morning. So we were an intervener, which means we helped the court to understand the law, and we were very pleased to see that whole swathes of our submissions influenced the judgment. So what we helped them to do was think through the Equality Act as a whole. It's not simply the law about which toilets people use, although it does cover that. It protects people against all different kinds of discrimination and harassment. So on the basis of sex, age, race, and what they call gender reassignment. And what we said to the court was those things are different. You mustn't confuse them. You mustn't confuse being trans with being a woman or with somebody's sex. Trans people can be male or female. And if they lose their job for being trans, or if they're refused reservation in a restaurant, or to rent a flat or something like that, they should be protected from discrimination the same as people are with other protected characteristics.
It's interesting you mentioned the 2010 Equality Act, because a lot of legal commentators saying that that's almost totally contradictory to the Gender Recognition Act of 2004, and this area of confusion needs to be cleared up. I see you nodding. You agree with that. So how should this be cleared up, do you imagine?
Well, that's what the court was asked to do, and what they said was that the Gender Recognition Act mustn't be used to destroy the purpose of the Equality Act.
So do we need fresh legislation in your view?
No, what the court said was that the legislation is really clear. I mean, it is clear now because the Supreme Court has issued this judgment. They say that the provisions against sex discrimination relate to biological sex. That's what was the intention in 2010. It's been misunderstood by government, by public bodies, for a long time by the regulator, the Equality and Human Rights Commission. So everyone's got the law wrong for the past 15 years, and the Supreme Court put them right.
Lastly, Mayor, why do you feel this so keenly?
This is about women's rights. That's the heart of this. It's about women's rights to be protected from discrimination, to have single-sex services when they need it, to have just ordinary expectations, such as if you ask to be seen by a female doctor, that you will be seen by a female doctor, not by a man who thinks he's a woman.
Grateful for your time. Congratulations, although I do note that the judges say we're not to go into triumphalism terms, but well done. Mayor Forstater, Chief Executive Officer and co-founder of Sex Matters, 7:12.